everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So my name is Annie. I am a potter and an author, and the first vlog of 2026, it was fun. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I found out that my lights in my garage aren't working, and we're trying to do some problem solving to figure out why they're not working. And then we have discovered that they were wired very badly, and it just doesn't make any sense. So I'm not sure what that means. Like, if we need to, I don't know. My husband is an electrical engineer, so it is totally within his wheelhouse to be able to rewire everything in the garage so the lights work and make more sense. I'm just not sure for now, because that's kind of like, we need a little bit warmer weather. We need it to not be snowing and so wet constantly to be able to do that. So yeah, anyways, it was a thing. I do have light now in there. I have a ring light and stuff, so I think I can still do some recording, and I think I can still see at least. But yeah, that was interesting to find out and to learn. And so that's still kind of a work in progress. We're still trying to figure out what is going on with those lights and why some of them are working but some of them aren't, even though they're all connected together. And anyways, doing a ton of pottery heavy stuff, it's probably not going to happen. So because of all of that and the fact that there really isn't a ton to do with pottery, I really want to sit down this week and get stuff done. So I really need to get this book done. I had some stuff happen. December was really hard. I won't get into it, but I wasn't feeling up to writing, and I just needed the time and the space to process some things. And so I am a little bit behind on where I planned on being. I planned on being done with the book at the end of the year. But I still have a couple of chapters left. I did actually spend all of Sunday writing, and I ended up getting 7,000 words, which was super awesome. I was really proud of myself for that. This book the word count just keeps climbing. It's definitely more than I expected and more than the first book. I actually planned on this whole Hollowed Chronicles to be a trilogy, but some things happened, and so now I'm trying to make it a duology, and because of that, it's ending up that the second book is getting pretty long, because I'm trying to round everything out and finish everything off. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make here, really want to finish the book this week. I really want to sit down. I want to make it happen. I do have some other things I need to do. I will, if I can, vlog, show you little videos and stuff. I do have some of my books I'm dropping off at a local bookstore, so that's cool. They actually requested 4 books. So, and they're just kind of putting me on a trial to see how well they sell, to see if they want to have more, to see if I could possibly do author signings there. And it's a pretty big local, indie bookstore. So yeah, I'm going to be dropping off some books with them for kind of a trial period and stuff today. And so I might get some of that footage as well, but I just really need to finish this first draft, right? Especially if I'm trying to get to the point where I can release it the end of this year or the beginning of next year. The timeline being such that I just really want to give myself as much time as I can for the edits, because I discovered when writing the first book, Eyes of Pewter, I thought that I would be faster at doing edits, but I'm not. Edits take me the longest. I actually discovered that it's easier for me to fast draft the first draft and then just spend the rest of the time editing. And it's really kind of funny too, because I think part of the difficulty with being an author and publishing and stuff, especially self-publishing, a lot of those first couple of years are you figuring out what process works best for you. And so for me, I like to fast draft the first draft and spend a really long time just re-editing and re-editing and re-editing and re-editing the book before, I end up giving it to copy editors, before, we do the rest of the process. And it just takes me a long time to do that. I usually end up rereading the book so many times that I get sick of the book by the time I'm done with it. But I know there's some other people who do second and third drafts and things like that. But for me, again, I don't have a problem with plot. Plot is not an issue for me. And I know the things that need to happen, and I know the order it needs to be in for this book at least. And so as far as doing a second, third, fourth draft, I don't really need to, because I do have the basic structure down. What I need to do is make my characters sound better. So basically I have this structure, right? And now I need to add the walls and paint and the floors. I've got to add all of the fun things that make it the house, right? And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Before I have to go deliver the books to that bookstore, I'm going to sit down and try to get some more writing done. I have another pretty big chapter, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough time before I have to go drop the books off to finish it. But I do want to at least get it started. I do want to get it going. It is going to be one of the longer chapters because, it's right at the end. I've noticed that my fight scenes tend to be a lot longer than other scenes and chapters that I write. And this one's definitely going to be one of those. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to try to sit down and write as much as I can. That's the plan for today. Hi everybody, so I have an update for you. I ended up getting about 1,000 words before I needed to start getting ready to take my other books to the bookstore that I'm looking at putting them in. So yeah, it's not too bad. Considering I had maybe an hour, 1,000 words really isn't that bad for me. And so, yeah, I was actually pretty excited that I ended up getting that much. I am nowhere near the end of the chapter. Like I said, these ones are going to be kind of longer chapters because they're fight scenes and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And I'm 1,000 words closer to being done with the book. Hi everybody! So yesterday I was talking about how I needed to drop off some books. I didn't get any writing done after that. I ended up kind of just doing some networking and just kind of enjoying downtown and, visiting places I don't normally get to go to. Got a book, because, I'm me. And so, yeah, I ended up delivering the books. Got an invoice and stuff. I don't get paid unless the books sell, but they did tell me how much it's all going to be if they do sell, so we'll see how that goes. They usually keep the books for about 6 months, and then if they don't sell, then they return them to you. But yeah, we'll try it. We'll see. It's a pretty big, it's a pretty well-known indie store here, so hopefully that means that I might get some sales. But yeah, I did that and didn't really get any more writing done. Today is going to be writing. I have about an hour and a half before a meeting to get some writing done, and then I have after the meeting to get writing done. And yeah, and I'm just gonna see if I can't get closer to getting the end of this book. So yeah, I've got to finish this chapter that I am on, which I'm hoping will happen today. And then we just have some wrap-up chapters, really, I think is all that's really left. I am really tired. Like, fatigue is really hard for me today. Like, I've been struggling a lot with just, staying focused and stuff. Which happens when I have bad fatigue days. I think it's funny because it's like any day that I have that's like really busy and I'm really physically active and I'm doing a lot, those days usually, like, the next day is when I have a bad day. Because I do have a fatigue problem. I do have a disorder and stuff that leads to lots of fatigue problems. So, yeah, I think I probably overdid it. I usually do when I go out. That's probably part of the reason why I'm usually a homebody and why I'm recording videos and writing and stuff at home, because I know that I'll have the energy the next day, if I'm not like, being super, super physically active. And I'm going to try to get some music going, try to get myself into this, try to like wake myself up to see if I can't get some writing done before my meeting that I have. And then if not, if I don't get a ton of writing done, we'll just try for after the meeting. So I will have, depending on how long the meeting goes, sometimes they're an hour, sometimes they're 2 hours if people get chatty. But so we're looking at like 2 to 3 hours this afternoon also to write, which would give me probably like 2,000 words or something, if not more. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So, an update on how many words I got written. I ended up writing over 2,000 words, which is awesome. I got that done. My meeting ended up coming earlier than I expected. I didn't do the time difference right. And so, I ended up just doing that first and then went into the writing, and that left me with more hours of writing, like, without being interrupted. So that was cool. I ended up, like I said, getting another 2,000 words. So I have mostly finished the book. I just have like one ending scene I want to do, like one ending chapter, and then possibly writing an epilogue. I'm not sure if I want an epilogue or not. There is gonna be like I plan on writing a kind of side story to this story eventually. It won't happen right away, because I want to get started on my next series. But yeah, so I'm not sure. I might put an epilogue because it is kind of the end of the series. It is like a duology, and this is kind of the end book. And it might also kind of leave stuff like set up for the like spin-off book whenever I decide to write it, finish it, all that jazz. Yeah, that book doesn't have like as worked out of a plot. Like, I know what characters are going to be the main characters. I am going to do the alternating POVs and stuff in that book as well, but like I don't have like a ton of plot. Like, I have a couple of scenes I want to do. I definitely have like arcs I want, but like as far as like the like main plot or having it plotted out or having any basic idea of like the whole book from beginning to end, I don't really have that for the spin-off. And I'd like to take more time kind of developing that, as where in my second series I already know what's going to happen in the book. I already have the plot developed, and so it's going to be easier to write. Also, it'll give me a break, kind of a breather from doing, the Hollowed Chronicles. It'll kind of give me a break from that for a bit. So not to say like I'm never going to write the spinoff or whatever. Obviously, I have the ideas. I know it's going to happen. I just think that it'll be nice to take a little bit of a breather from this series and these characters and kind of go into the other ones. Plus, I am definitely one of those people who, if I'm not feeling the book, if I'm not like passionate and into the book and really wanting to write it, it's really hard. It's like a slog to get through. It's hard for me to want to write it. It's like a fight, which is, I can kind of feel myself kind of starting to get burnt out with the Hollowed Chronicles and stuff, because I haven't really gotten like a huge, like I took a break after I'd gotten most of it written. But like, I've kind of just been going, you know, full force on the Hollowed Chronicles and like book 1 and wanting to get book 2 out as you know, at a reasonable time frame and stuff. And so I think it'll be nice to have like a little bit of a break and have a different world and different characters and just kind of spend some time in a new world. I think will be fun. And I think this book, this next series, is also going to take me longer to write. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and I'm almost done with the book. So I'm hoping, I don't know if I'll have any time tomorrow. I have a pottery like kintsugi project that it takes a long time, and I have to do it like big chunks of time. Like I have to have several hours to be able to do this project, and tomorrow I do kind of have that. Like I have a good 3-4 hour period where I could actually get further in that project. So that's probably what I'm gonna do tomorrow, along with doing my writing meetings also tomorrow. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll find a little bit of time tomorrow, if not Friday, to just finish up these scenes, and then I can officially say I've been done with the book and that I did it this week, and yeah, that it's all good to go. I'm hoping that's how this goes. I don't know. I might write a little bit later. I'm not sure. I think I need a little bit of a break right now, though. Like I said, I've been writing for like maybe like 2.5 hours right now, 2.5, 3 hours, and I've gotten over 2,000 words. So I can kind of feel my brain being like, done. Like I got to a point where I'm like, figure this out later kind of thing, you know? Like when I start typing things like that, I'm like, okay, my brain needs to be done today. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I might write a little bit later. Right now we're sitting at 77,900 words, so by the time the book is done, it's probably going to be 80,000 words. Yeah, that's where we're at. Hi everybody, so we're here. I've got all the mugs that need to get bisque fired. Mugs, they're bump cups, but I've got all the bump cups that need to get bisque fired. I do need to run a preheat, so I do need to candle them a little bit, which means they're gonna sit at like the 180 mark Fahrenheit. I will put what it is on Celsius as well on here, so they're going to be going and kind of sitting at 180 degrees Fahrenheit for probably several hours. I kind of had something get waylaid in the mail. So like I was going to make more book lovers bump cups, but I needed my underglaze transfers and stuff, and they weren't coming fast enough. So I actually did get them today, slapped some on, but because of that, they are a little wetter than I'd like to fire them to bisque fire. So we're going to actually do kind of like a candling for a little bit. Plus some of the pieces like towards the bottom haven't quite completely dried yet, and we don't want any explosions. So what we're gonna do is we're going to just have this candle probably for like 5 hours, if not more, at like 180 to kind of dry everything out, make sure there isn't any moisture left before we actually run the bisque fire. But the cool thing about this big kiln is that I can, you know, have the preheat just be that long, and then have it run a bisque fire after. And if I am a little worried, I do have like a little app on my phone that lets me look at how the temperature's doing. I could come out here and check on them if I need to. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan for today. so we've got the kiln going. We're just gonna leave it and we're going to get on to the next thing today. Today's like really busy. I'm trying to I really want to finish the book today as well, so I think that's going to be the next step, is try to see if I can finish the book. So yeah. Hello again. So I'm here and I have a book to finish. I'm gonna try really hard to get this book done today. I have a lot to get done today, and I'm gonna be pushing to be able to edit this video and finish my book, but I only really have one chapter left, maybe an epilogue, so I think I can do it. It might be I write not necessarily the particular details, you know, and stuff, and then kind of just get the big idea. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can actually finish the book this week. I'm so close. I think I can do it, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see if I can get it done for this video. Hi everybody. So, did I finish the book? Did I do it? I actually did. I am not going to have enough time to edit this video though before it has to go up tomorrow. So I think I'm just going to put a post in the community tab, you know, letting everybody know that it'll be a day late. I should have time on Saturday to do it. I just have D&D tonight too, so I can't even you know, stay up a little later and finish editing it. I don't really have the ability to do that. But I did finish the book. The book is done. The first draft is done. I think I might take a week or two off from the book to kind of just, you know, give myself some space from it. And I do have a lot of things going on next week for pottery wise and things like that, and getting my stuff into the shop. And so I think taking a little bit of a break from this story will kind of help give me perspective. I do plan on still having it, you know, in the back of my mind and writing down notes or things I think about or things I need to change. I think the first step back after I do take a break from this book, I think my first step back is going to be doing a fast read through. I'm probably going to throw it in Word, Microsoft Word or something like that, and then, you know, do a PDF, put it on my Kindle Scribe, and then kind of do a fast read through to trying to get the idea of what needs to be fixed, what needs to be reworked, where do the edits need to happen the most, kind of give me a basic idea to work from, I think is going to be the first step. But I do want to give myself a little bit of a break, kind of breathe from, you know, doing this, because I have basically been working on it off and on, non-stop through November, but then off and on in December, and then off and on in January, to finish this draft. So yeah, I think I do need to take a little bit of a break from it. And yeah, but we got it done. We finished it. Woohoo! And we also have the pottery, doing a bisque fire. So yeah, I'm going to be doing glazing. I'm going to be going to stores. I might do some recording and stuff, but the next, assuming I got the videos to turn out, I'm not sure because of the light issues I have in my studio. Assuming the videos I have turned out, I plan on doing another thoughts at the pottery wheel, where I'm, you know, doing some trimming, and then you know, kind of talking about things, random things popping in my head while I'm doing the pottery wheel. I haven't done a video like that in a while, so I think that's going to be the next one. But yeah, the one after that might be another vlog. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of what the plan is. I did finish the book. And I'm actually really excited about getting into the spin-off as well. I don't think the spin-off is going to happen soon, right? I don't think that's going to be the next book that I publish. But I think it is going to be one that I work on, you know, in the next year or two. So yeah, that's kind of the update. That's kind of where we're at. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.